I called this live YouTube feed tonight Kim Mock Motivation Teaching Tenacity for a reason. And I'm going to jump into that right now. And I'm going to go about a 5-minute rant. So my rant's going to sound something like this. Life is full of ups and downs. There's so many moments and times in your life where you feel like you're getting beat down week after week, day after day after day, and you go on what's called a cooler. And I think of a cooler as the defining definition of that would be like bad news over bad news over bad news, just like compounding amounts of bad news. And for me, it was being sick and suddenly not being able to exercise and run. I had made a goal this month of putting in 50 miles and running and getting 150 miles in by March 31st, which is still my goal. And when I get sick, I really get down. I get sad, I get down, and I got really, really sick, and it affects every aspect of my life. And on top of that, work is always a challenge. Work can be stressful. And then I went on a cooler in the poker rooms over the last 3 or 4 weeks, and it's just stinks. It really, really stinks. And I kind of headed into this weekend trying not to get pessimistic, trying not to get down. Every single day, I start out every day as it's a new day. It's a bright new day filled with opportunity. This is a day filled with opportunities, a fresh, clean slate, clean canvas. Anything can happen. And I'm going to work as hard as I can to make things be happier and better and good. And it comes down to those words of staying optimistic, staying motivated, being tenacious, that sense of tenacity, taking all the knowledge that you've gained in your days and your years, in your life experiences and in school and as a parent, and putting it to use and being able to execute those skills and those knowledge in the moment. So in the poker world, I study that game, which is a game of skill, a tremendous game of skill, just like chess. And for 5 years, I've studied it intensively with online training programs, books, poker coaches, poker vlogs, you name it. And it can be very demotivating sometimes, where you just feel like, I'm never gonna progress. I'm never gonna hit that last level. And what's always so interesting in life is right at that moment when you feel like you're about to give up or you're about to, change your focus, is when everything comes together. So for me, this weekend, the last 3 days, everything came together for me. Suddenly, all the stars aligned, all the knowledge and everything I've studied, the skill sets I've developed, all came together as one. And I was able to execute them flawlessly in the moment, under pressure, in the heat of the moment. And I won a poker tournament today against all odds, against 70 people. I beat 70 people out. And I did it through staying focused, staying motivated, being persistent. I think persistence in life is such a key word. Like, life is not a sprint, it's a marathon. And it all has that parallel to parenting. And the word patience. Everyone's always asking me, how do you have this patience for this? How can you be that patient? Somebody on YouTube commented, like 3 or 4 people this week, I don't know, I couldn't have done it. I could not have been as patient as you were, For me, these are my only 2 children. I have a boy and a girl, and they're the loves of my life. And I always just said to myself, I have a certain skill set to have that sense of patience and pride. And I had an upbringing that prepared me well for having great compassion for those that have mental disabilities or special needs, a tremendous compassion. So today, and not unusual in these casinos or poker rooms, I meet dozens and dozens and dozens of disabled people, especially in wheelchairs, and I help them out. I help them out, I talk to them. I treat them like a human being, like a normal human being, and they love it, And so today and this whole week, it was a great reminder to me that every day is a brand new day, filled with opportunities, filled with a clean slate to achieve things that you want to achieve, to accomplish goals that you've set. Like, let's look at 2018 as a new year where everyone makes your New Year's resolutions. Well, I definitely know it's a cliche to talk about resolutions and all, but I don't think it's a cliche to say, okay, here's 3 things I want to achieve this year. And I'm going to map out a plan to achieve those 3 things. Because if I don't have a map and I don't know what I want at the end of the road, then how am I ever going to get there? How am I going to achieve it? So I hope I can give you guys a little bit of a motivational speech tonight and today, because I couldn't have achieved what I achieved the last 3 days in the poker rooms without all that motivation and optimism in my brain. Because the more you try something, the more you're going to fail. The more attempts that you get up to the plate, the more you're going to strike out. But it's all math and statistics, you know. The more you try something, the more you're going to fall down. But the person that reaches greatness and achieves something that seemed unachievable is the person that keeps trying over and over and over and over and over. You know, the parent who feels like they're failure to their children of any sorts, they can get better. They can do better. They can start out fresh the next new day and be more patient. It's a choice. I'm not gonna lie, I was really down heading into this weekend. Just like, I'm ready to find a new hobby, you know. And then here I am Sunday night, having achieved what I wanted to achieve, which is to win a poker tournament. It isn't about the money. It isn't about. It's a fun hobby. It's a social hobby. It's a very social activity, and it's a skill game. And it's just, anytime you learn a new skill and you can kind of master it, it's such a sense of gratification. So I'm very proud of myself and proud of myself for sticking to it, sticking through concepts I know and believing in them, even though sometimes they don't work. Yeah, so there's my rant for tonight. We're going to answer a few more questions tonight, and then we're going to call it a night. But I want to thank all you guys for tuning in, my P1s, if you will, who keep tuning in night after night and supporting the channel, supporting autism awareness on YouTube, through my channel, through Fathering Autism, through Autism to Teenage Years, through Olivia the Lupus Girl, through everyone else out there. YouTube provides an outlet that is still free, and it's great that YouTube is still free to put up videos like this that didn't exist 3 or 4 years ago. To give parents hope, to give parents motivation and pride and acceptance, not only for the parents, but for the children as well. There is a place in this world for all of us. There is a place in this world for Chase. And I believe Chase he'll find his place in this world. He already has, but I'm saying as he becomes an adult, you know, whatever it may be. I'm so excited to see what the next 10 to 20 years of his life are going to become, because I think it's going to he's always defied odds, and he's going to continue to defy odds. And these children, people with special needs, are going to defy odds as technology and this world becomes even more high tech with the internet and with technology, with tools that are becoming available, with knowledge spreading. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. And there's a lot of parallels there, you know, when I started talking poker. I didn't win a poker tournament today by accident. I have studied the living daylights out of it. I have studied till I don't even want to study anymore. I'm like, I'm sick of studying. I'm sick of watching this video or this tutorial or this blah, 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 blah. Just do it. Get it done. You know? Yeah. So there's my rant for tonight.